Hi everyone, we're back again for another puppy update, and this is actually the final puppy update for this year. We will be doing puppy updates, but they will be every 2 months, and we'll be doing like a mega cram of everything that Callie and I have done. But this is the last weekly one that we'll be doing. So it felt like it's flown in, but at the same time it feels like it's taken forever. One of those things. So I'll quickly give you a weekly catch up of what we've done this week, and then we'll go into what else I'm going to say. So just pardon me, I've got a very sore eye at the moment. It's very hard to keep it open actually. So very sore eye at the moment. Just ignore this side of my face. So this week, trying to think back. This week I am off the crutch. So no crutch for me, thankfully. So I am free as a bird, and I've been out making up for it. So what did Callie and I do? We went out to Island Hill for the first time, which was really nice. Now that I have my license, I can go wherever I want. So we went out to Island Hill probably 2-3 times this week. First time we went, the tide was in too much, so I couldn't go onto the island. But the second and third time we went, the tide was out, so we could go on the island and explore. So it was very nice. I think it's got to be her favourite place. She loves the beach, and then she loved the woodland part of it as well, which is quite nice. Now the only problem I have with Island Hill is that the path is so small, so if you meet a dog that is aggressive or reactive to other dogs, you're kind of sunk, because you can't really run onto the rocks because the rocks are so unsteady. But I try to go at the quieter times. If you go like not even 5:30, because 5:30 is when everyone's coming home from work, so like 3 o'clock is actually a really good time for it, and so is probably like 6 o'clock as well. That's quite good, because everyone's then cleared off. A little bit dark and cold though. So that's the times I sort of went at, and it was actually quite nice. We only met like 2 other people, which is pretty decent. Had the entire island to ourselves actually, which was nice. We did some hide and seek and hiding some toys and socks and stuff. Which she loves. She loves being back into the working atmosphere as well, because I was on a crutch. She was obviously sort of on holiday, I suppose, from all that. So that's what we were doing this week. This week as well, we were doing a lot of touchy-feely stuff with her. It was her bath week. She gets a bath every other week, so it was bath week, where I gave her a good scrub, good de-shed, because she's shedding like mad at this time of year. And I also did her anal glands, which unfortunately has to be done because they stink. And I also did her nails, and we cleaned her teeth, and we cleaned her ears. So everything was just clean everything. It was like a sort of a bit of a spring clean. So that's what we did this week. So sort of just basic stuff, but has to be done. All that touchy-feely stuff has to be done, and thankfully my dog is super at it. So what we're going to be doing this week is we're going to be talking about all the good things and all the bad things that have happened over the year that I've had Callie. So we'll talk about all the bad things, because then we can end on a good note. How about that? Bad things that happened. Let me think. Off the top of my head, the first thing that comes to my head is pretty much the incident where she snapped at my friend. That was probably the worst. For me, that was the worst. And it was quite hard for me because I felt, I'm not going to say distant from Callie, that sounds very harsh, but it was very hard to get on with her after that happened for a little while, because I felt like, oh my goodness, that's not my dog. My dog just did that. How I raised that dog from she was like yay big, and she just went and did that, so it sort of feels, for about a week after it happened, it felt very harsh relationship wise. I couldn't get on with her because she's now just gone into that mentality of I must bite. She didn't bite, but she swung for her, and I reckon if she'd been pushed any more that day, she would have bitten. So for a little while, that was a very hard time to get on with her. But with lots of work and some very good advice from Down Dog, because it is my first dog and I did need help. For goodness sake, the first week I had Callie, I don't know how many times I bombarded poor Carol with questions. I was like, oh my goodness, she hasn't pooped for 3 days. Stuff like that, because I am a first time dog owner. Doesn't feel like I am, but I am. So after some good advice from Down Dog and putting a lot of work in, because with food possession, you do need a lot of work. It's not just, we'll get round to it. It's, you need to be doing it every single day. All day. So we did lots of work on it. And now, yesterday, she was actually able to eat her dinner in a bowl. Don't ask, that's a longer situation, but she was eating in a bowl yesterday. She ate her food in a bowl beside another dog. Now, if that's not progress, I don't know what is, and I'm so over the moon. Now, it kind of happened by accident, because the dog, I was up sorting some stuff out in the kitchen, and the wee dog had shifted his bowl over to her to keep her, like, he wanted her company. He wasn't interested in stealing her food or anything. He was happy with his. He just wanted the company. But I hadn't noticed, because obviously you hear the shuffling of bowls whenever they're like cleaning them out. I put him at the opposite end of the kitchen and her at the corner, so they had enough space just in case something happened. But he shifted it over and I didn't actually notice. I turned around and there's her eating, noticing him. She actually got up, had a look at him, and go, yeah, that's fine, and went back to her bowl. And like, at first I was like, oh my goodness, my dog's gonna kill that wee dog. Nope, she was totally fine. My poor wee brain just went into overdrive, but she was totally fine. I mean, even I'm able to pet her now whenever she's eating. If she's got a Kong, if she's got a chew, I take it off her, I can pet her, anyone can pet her. Now, if my dad rubs her up the wrong way too much, there will be a little growl, which is fair enough. But it's nowhere near as bad. And I suppose the hormones from her crazy puppy teenagey phase has come down as well, which has helped along with it. So yeah, a bad thing turned good, which is really, really super. That's sort of the really, really bad thing that I've been really upset with. I can't really think. I mean, obviously we've had a few mistakes, which is like her running off and chasing that rabbit, which is natural instinct. I can't really blame her on that, because it was natural instinct. And she did come back eventually, I can't even, sometimes she barks whenever the doorbell goes, or whenever the stairs start to creak, but that again, it's mediocre problems. It's not, she swung for a friend, it's not that level. So a few little things that we still need to work on, just like a wee bit of barking. She's totally fine with being in the crate now. I can leave her in the crate for, I think the most I've left her in the crate for was probably 4.5 hours, because what happened? I was either in hospital with a friend or something, and I got stuck there. But she was totally fine, because I actually have like a little recorder thing that I film her in the crate and I can check up on her. And she was totally fine. She just slept there. To be fair, I had walked her a lot and done a lot of brain exercise and given her a Kong in the crate. So I had prepared, because I wasn't sure. I wanted to get home earlier, but I couldn't. I don't like leaving her in the crate that long. I really don't. I feel bad for her. I would like being left in the crate that long, but she could deal with it, which is good. But I won't be doing it again. The most she's ever going to be left in the crate is probably 2.5 hours, realistically. Probably about 2.5 hours. I generally can bring her pretty much everywhere I go. So that's helpful. I suppose that's all the bad things. There's nothing else bad. She's been a really, really good and easy dog to take care of. For all the good things, flip me, there's so many. We'll start from puppyhood, I suppose. From puppyhood, it took about a week and a half for toilet training, roughly. She did have a couple of wee accidents here and there, but that's usually from me not paying attention. She was crate trained within a week, even though it did take me panicking because I wasn't getting any sleep whatsoever. So of course I had to come to Carol, and she says, "Oh, give her a wee hot water bottle," and instantly that cured that. Well, it didn't cure it, but it helped a lot. Like, why did I not think of that? A hot water bottle, like it's a basic home comfort thing. If you've had maybe a bad day, if you're feeling a bit run down, cold, yucky, you get a hot water bottle and perk yourself up. It's just cuddly, it's comfort, it's nice. And I gave that to Callie as little puppy Callie, and boom, that was most of that problem fixed. So she was crate trained within a week. She was toilet trained within a week and a half. She was perfect with sounds. I did a lot of work with sounds, but I actually got her the week before Halloween, and there were so many fireworks. They were set off 2 doors down from me, And I was out one night at like 10 o'clock, and they were letting them off. I'd gone out whenever it was quiet, because I thought, oh, they finished. Apparently they were just setting up more. I was sitting out in the garden with Callie on lead, trying to get her to pee and poo before bedtime, and about 2-3 of these massive fireworks went off, and she just sort of sat down and looked at them and went, yeah, that's there. So she's been really, really super with sound, which is, it's awesome to have that. What else is she good at? My dog's good at everything. My dog's perfect. Bit biased to say that. What else? She's smart. She's food driven, which is so handy to train. She's also toy driven, which is handy if I've run out of food. There's so many good things. Like, she takes so much pride in trying to please. She really does try to please, and you can see it in her, you know. Very good at scent work. Very, very good at scent work. I didn't expect her to be so good. I think what I was most impressed with is, obviously she's good at all the tracking and the hiding and finding stuff, and excuse me. Sorry, I'm dog sitting, and he's in the other room, and he just made a very strange noise. I'm not sure if you're able to hear that. But she's obviously very good at hiding or finding hidden things, and detecting them as well. So I think the most impressed I've been with her is whenever my sister had gone for a walk up to the community centre, which is sort of across the road from me, but you have to walk a long way to, like, downhill around to get to it. So probably about, 10 minutes. If you're walking slow, 10 minutes. If you're walking fast, 5 minutes. And she'd gone up there about probably half an hour, 45 minutes prior. I'd walked up to go and meet her, and Callie tracked her the entire way up. From our house step to the door of the community centre. She tracked her the entire way. I could not get that dog to stop. She couldn't stop. She was just nose down, and it wasn't wet either, because whenever it's wet, she tends to actually sniff a lot more, because all the new smells have come up off the ground. But she sniffed, and oh great, buzz, 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 buzz. What's that? What's that? Oh, Mum telling me not to come into the kitchen door because I might hit the little dog because he decided to sleep in front of the kitchen door. So very, very good at tracking, which is awesome. I love tracking, and I live on a farm, so I've got all the space to do some of my own, despite the fact that she's a little bit too quick now, and I'm going to have to wear working gloves whenever I'm putting her on the long line, because she actually burnt a hole in my finger, because the long line just went she got it very quick. She's just too quick. So very, very good at scent work. Very eager to please, food motivated and toy motivated. You're just a very nice little dog to have. She's been a super wee puppy to have, to be honest. I really can't, a lot of what I was petrified I was getting, I was sort of preparing for the worst, preparing for like a nightmare puppy that was going to like chew everything and pee on everything and just cause havoc, and everyone was going to hate the puppy, and it would never come back whenever you called it. But it hasn't turned out like that. Obviously I knew I was going to have to put in a lot of work, and I sort of probably, you can never really do too much work, but I was prepared to do all of the work, and I did all of the work, and I now have an awesome dog. And it really does prove that you have to get training right from day one. It's harder whenever you've got like a rescue dog, I suppose, and it's like 4 or 5 years old, and then you have to try and fix everything that it's gone through over those 4 or 5 years. But if you get a puppy, try and get it right from day one, because then you end up with an angel dog like mine. And I was really scared of having the basic puppy problems, just like peeing on the carpet and biting and barking and running away and not coming back, a dog that despises you, all the basic stuff. But no, she was super, super duper. She really has been an awesome little dog, and I can't imagine life without her. I really can't. I don't want to. I'm so used to having her around now. Especially if I have to like go away for the day or something, I have to leave her with my mum. Um, I don't like it. I just don't like it. It doesn't feel right. I want to get home as soon as possible and see my little dog, and I'm always texting mum. I was like, "Oh, is she being a good girl?" And the answer pretty much all the time is, "Oh, she's good as gold. She's just sleeping, or she's having a wee play with her toys, or something." You know, it's always the base normal answers, and I know she's a good girl, but I just want to know she's a good girl. um. So yeah, it's really hard to believe it's been an entire year, like an entire year just like that. I got her and she was like this big, and now she's this big. Um, it's probably still creepy. I actually still have her little teeny puppy teeth and her first little collar tag, which is like this small. You were so small. You were so small, and now look at you, you monster. So yeah, that's an entire year, pretty much caught up roughly in 16 minutes. But it does really prove a point that try and get puppy training perfect from day one. It really is. And if anyone is watching this and they do have a puppy, please feel free to get in contact with us. We do want to help you, no matter what. If you've got questions, we can probably answer them. If you want a course, we've got it. We really do want to help, because we want to see more educated people with educated doggies. It makes the world a better place. It makes the world a safer place for all those new little puppies as well. The more people that are educated about basic training and keeping their dogs safe whenever they're out on a walk or recall and stuff like that, it really does make the world a safer place for other doggy owners. Because I'm sure everyone has experienced either an aggressive dog or a dog that's a bit over the top, running up and scaring your dog and scaring you. And it's just not nice. So, you know, we've got all the tips and we've got all the knowledge. So you might as well come to us and let us help you, because we really want to, you know. So if anyone is watching this, please get online. I'm not sure if they put the link in the... Yeah, I think they do. If you sign up to the emails, which you'll get this video from, there is a link to the website, and you can share it with friends who have puppies and stuff like that. But the more happy puppies and more trained puppies, the better. It's been a super duper year, and here's to so many more happy years to come. She is my best friend, most definitely my best friend. She's even spoilt rotten, as you all have probably figured out in these videos. She is spoilt rotten, but she's also trained. She's not just, she can't run the house, even though she sometimes does. But she is spoiled. I do treat her well, but I think she deserves it. I really do. Plus, it's my first dog, so I'm allowed to. I've got a free spoil your dog card, so I might as well use it. So yeah, I suppose all I can do now is really wrap it up and say I'll see you all in 2 months, where I'll do like a mega cram of everything that I've done in 2 months. And thank you to everyone that has watched these videos from day one. Even if you watched them a little bit late or a little bit out of sync, that's totally fine. You've watched them nonetheless. You've coped with my face. Thank you for all those that have come up and sort of, you know, identified with problems that I've had, especially with the food aggression. And people come saying, oh yeah, I had this problem, or don't worry, it's going to be okay. You know, stuff like that. It really does. It's all very well and good, you know, a trainer saying it, but it's nice hearing it from other people, because what I was scared of was other people judging me for how I dealt with it or how I let it happen. I was really scared about that happening, but it didn't. Thankfully it didn't. And I suppose everyone has their own opinions, but probably doesn't make them known, which keep your nasty opinions to yourself, please. But I really do appreciate every one of those people that came up to me and said, you know, don't worry about it. It's one of those things. Just keep working hard. You're doing a good job. Just that wee bit of encouragement really did help, and it really was very, very nice. And of course, thank you to Down Dog for all the help that I got, especially with the food possession, because that was the worst part of it, and that was the most serious part of it, because if she did that to another dog, she could have very easily been put down, because that's how the world is. So with all the expert advice I got from work, it really did fix itself. And as we can tell now, she is a golden dog and she can actually eat beside another dog without being upset. Like, that's insane that she was able to do that. I was really overjoyed. So I will love yous all and leave yous, and I will see you in 2 months. And remember, if you need any help, Down Dog are here, and Carol, Gareth and I will be more than happy to help you, no matter what. So we will see you all in 2 months, and it's a lovely goodbye from me and from Callie, who's fast asleep because we've just went for a walk. So we will see you all in 2 months for our next massive clash of just updates. It's going to be weird not doing this every week, I must admit. It really, I'm going to miss doing it every week, but my phone space, however, will not, because my phone is dying full of space and dog pictures. So maybe this will give it a bit of a break. So I will see you all in 2 months, and thank you all so much for watching. Bye!